Steph Curry went through. She said that made her feel a lot better. That pass really...
Nobody saw it coming this way. Sure, people knew Caitlin Clark was good, but what happened in Dallas wasn't just good basketball. It was a complete takeover. The first quarter started normal enough. Dallas got on the board first when Arike Ogunbowale pushed the pace and found Tyira McCowan for an easy bucket. But then Indiana came right back through their usual flow. Aaliyah Boston drew defenders in the paint, kicked it to Lexi Hull, who swung it to Clark way beyond the arc, getting a point for the team. The shot barely moved the net. Paige Bueckers answered from the mid-post with a clean jumper. Back and forth, just like everyone expected. Clark showed her passing skills next, finding Kelsey Mitchell on a perfect backdoor cut. Then she picked off a pass and went coast to coast for two. But everything changed when Clark drove hard and got absolutely hammered. The contact was brutal. She hit the floor hard and stayed down for a moment. The crowd went silent. When she got up though, no complaints, no drama, just walked to the line and knocked down both free throws like nothing happened. That's when you knew something was different about her tonight. Dallas tried to keep pace through Bueckers, who worked off a handoff and buried a three. Indiana's offense was clicking though. Clark relocated after feeding Boston, then found Nalissa Smith underneath for an easy score. The ball movement was crisp, but Bueckers wasn't backing down. She drove baseline, drew help, and found Satu Sabali in the corner for three. Next time down, she kept it herself and banked in a tough shot through contact. Indiana still got the last word. Smith grabbed an offensive board and scored the putback. 1 point lead after one quarter. The second quarter is where things got crazy. Erica Wheeler hit a step-back three to open it up, but that was just the beginning. Clark followed with a drive that drew multiple defenders, then dropped the ball off to Smith in perfect position. Dallas looked confused. Then Clark made her defensive statement. When Ogunbowale tried to attack her one-on-one, Clark stood her ground and perfectly timed her contest, sending the shot flying. Pure dominance. Boston grabbed the board, found Clark in transition, and she immediately fired a full-court pass to Mitchell for an easy layup. The Fever weren't just playing well, they were putting on a show. The floodgates opened. Clark and Boston ran their pick and roll to perfection. Boston settled at the elbow and hit the mid-range jumper in rhythm. Even when Dallas got a rare easy bucket, Indiana responded immediately. Clark led the break and found Hull for a rhythm three. Pure. Bueckers hit a nice jumper off a screen, but Boston answered with authority. He faked a handoff, turned the corner, and scored through contact. The three-point play was crushing. Clark capped the quarter with another range display. Hesitation move, step back, three-pointer, swish. Dallas got one last bucket, but the damage was done. 22-point lead at halftime. Game over. The second half was more demolition. Clark showed her full skill set, backing down her defender before stepping back for a clean mid-range jumper. Then she spotted Mitchell in transition and launched a three-quarter court pass that landed perfectly in her hands. The precision was unreal. Bueckers had her moments, using crafty moves to score through contact and reminding everyone why she was so hyped. But Indiana's control was total. Clark's court vision stayed perfect, racking up assists while finding teammates in ideal spots. The fourth quarter was garbage time, but Clark kept working. She found Boston sealed underneath for easy buckets. Her outlet passes kept finding their mark. Even when the game was decided, she stayed locked in. Bueckers refused to quit, using slick dribble moves to slice between defenders and score at the rim. She finished with 21 points, all of them hard-earned. But it felt like she was playing a different game than everyone else. When the buzzer sounded, Indiana had won 102-83. But the score doesn't tell the real story. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. For all the talk about two rising stars battling it out, only one player truly controlled the game. Clark didn't just outplay Bueckers, she outplayed everyone. This was her night to show she's not just another good player. She's special. The hype was real, but the performance was even better. This is what dominance looks like.